Well, you read that title right, 3 in a row. This is kind of a follow-up video to one that I did way last fall. It's been popular and I wanted to get this out there for all those co-anglers that are starting their upcoming seasons. I had 3 events in a row: Table Rock Lake, Grand Lake of the Cherokees, and Kentucky Lake, where my co-angler that I was paired with won their side of the tournament. Now, on the bright side, I was clearly on fish, but they did a really good job of catching those fish. So I've spent many years going over those events in my head again and again and again, and these are the 3 things that really stand out. Number 1 is that co-anglers are able to hit less obvious targets. Now, part of this is because they have to based on boat positioning. There may not be any choice, but also part of that is when they're in the back part of the boat, they can't always reach everything straight in front of them, especially when they're fishing shallow. So that gives them the opportunity to hit some of the less obvious targets that are in a little bit deeper water. And I'm telling you, event after event after event, I have seen co-anglers pull in some big fish. And definitely, I'm convinced that a lot of that is because they're fishing water that's a little bit deeper. Now, as far as less obvious targets, let me go over the Grand Lake example. So I had found some fish in a ditch under a bridge, and I was throwing deep diving crankbaits up into that ditch on the shoreline, catching some nice fish. Now, the way the wind was blowing and the way I had the boat positioned, my co-angler couldn't hit that target exactly where we needed to be. It was a really small target. So he turned around and he started to run that big crankbait, that deep diving crankbait, right along some of the bridge piers. The next thing I know, I hear whoosh across the surface of the water, turn around, and he had a beast. I don't remember the exact weight, but if I recall, it was around that 8-pound mark. He just devastated that co-angler side of the tournament, won it easily, one big fish. The second one is just kind of the way the situation of a Pro-Am tournament works. The co-angler is able to focus on what they have right there in front of them. They are not worried about where they're going next. Are they in a good spot? Should they go ahead and pull the trolling motor and run somewhere on the lake like the boater, the person on the front deck is? They're not worried about that because they are not able to make those decisions. So they can focus 100% on what is there. And I remember as a young tournament angler sitting in the front, you pull into a spot, immediately there's times when you start to second guess yourself. They don't worry about that as a co-angler, and they can take full advantage of that situation. And I think that is a huge advantage, to focus on what is there and no other part of the lake. And the third thing that co-anglers are able to do, I think, better than a lot of their boater partners that they are paired with, is I think they can fish relaxed and calm a little bit better. Now, everybody, no matter which side of the tournament they're on, the boater side or non-boater side, yes, you get excited, the nerves are going, the adrenaline is going. But as a co-angler, because many of the day's decisions are not in your control, I think co-anglers are able to relax just a little bit easier and or quicker. And man, I'm telling you, when it comes to fishing, and I'm sure you know this, being relaxed, staying calm, staying focused is the key to success. I have fished with some amazing professionals over my career. And the ones that are the very best, the ones that just rise to the top, have that ability to calm down and focus when the situation calls for it. And trust me, it is not easy to do. But if you can do that, it helps you to fish slower, it helps you to pay attention more to what's going on the bites, and it helps keep you in the moment, as I like to say. You're not thinking ahead 15, 20 steps, you're there in the moment, and catching fish is all about being in the moment. And hey, if you would like to watch a video about possibly doubling or tripling your catch rate, go ahead and check this one out right here, and make sure to go out and encourage someone today. You never know how you might just change their life. For the Bass Fishing Life, I'm your host, Steve Rogers.